You're traveling on a road between one town and another. You've traveled this road before many times. In fact, you were here just a few days ago, and now, on your way back, someone has built an entire mansion, and you can see the roof is sticking up above some of the trees. You unfortunately picked a poor day to travel as a storm is approaching and the wind is picking up. A storm like this brings back memories, albeit unpleasant ones. How long has it been since I've seen a storm like that roll through? And especially today, of all days. Must be fate. Or perhaps he's calling to me. I hear you loud and clear. I always do. I'm afraid, though, I can't stay out in this weather much longer. I don't fancy getting hit in the face with another stick. Huh? Someone on the road? What an utterly foolish day for a stroll. An average human will be picked up and carried off in winds like this. Oh, why hello. You've certainly chosen an unfortunate day to travel this road now, haven't you? Oh, my home? Well, yes, I suppose it must be new to you if you've come through here before. It has a rather unique way of... well, that's hardly important at this very moment. Would you like to come inside and wait out of the storm? You're welcome to stay the night if you must. I certainly like your chances in there, better than your chances in whatever your little travel pack has to offer for shelter. A stranger? Indeed I am, but as are you. And yet, here I am, providing you with a humble invitation to my dwelling. For all I know, you could be playing on my goodwill. I invited you, me, a peaceful woman of lavish means who lives all alone. You could rob me blind and leave me for dead, and no one would be around to miss me. I doubt anyone would find my poor cadaver stuffed in an armoire for days. Weeks, perhaps. Only teasing, of course. If I thought you would do me any harm, I let you stay in the wine cellar, not a spare bedroom. Now, would you like to come in before this rain soaks through your very bones? I find the storms such as these terribly unpleasant. Excellent. Allow me, then. What do you think? Ah, yes, that small detail. Well, you see, this home of mine was a gift from a very powerful woman. Many, many years ago. I always enjoyed travel, so she made me a house designed to do exactly that. She called it the Wandering Keep, a rather simple name for something as complex as this. The house will always provide everything I need to live comfortably and pursue my interests, and additionally, as long as I know where I'm going, I can teleport it anyway. Just wonderful, isn't it? You don't believe me? I promise it's true. In fact, I could prove it right now. Name one place you want to go, anywhere in the world. Truly, I mean it. Name anywhere you'd like to go. I'll take you there, free of charge. Ah, excellent. That's not far from here. Is that perhaps where you were on your way to? Well, silly question, I suppose. It must be. All right then, brace yourself. See? Go check the window. Incredible, right? I know. I must say, it's the best gift I have ever had the pleasure of receiving. Well, second best, perhaps. Oh, nothing. Simply making conversation with myself in any case. It looks like we didn't travel enough to escape the storm radius. So it would appear you're still stuck here for a while. Shall I show you around then? At least to the guest room. I doubt you will be staying long enough to need to know where the library is or anything like that. What? Of course, there's a library. What could possibly be more important to have in a home than a library? Well, perhaps a study, but outside of that, a library is a must. I'm a researcher of sorts. That's the reason, in part, as to why I travel as much as I do. One piece of scripture leads me to another, then another to a map, to an artifact of interest, to a treasure trove, all sort of things. Perhaps you could even call me an adventurer, but truly, what I seek is knowledge. Boring? Excuse me, there is nothing boring about knowledge. Reading the life's work of others who have died seeking the things I'm after is exceptionally entertaining. For example, one man whose journals I acquired happened to include the dirty details of his bitter separation from his wife. Well, if he didn't want me to read it, he shouldn't have left it with his journals, although I suppose that particular notebook was labeled diary. Oh, come now. No need to look so appealed. The man's been dead for well over a century. He'd hardly care now. What? Hold on. You can't go out there. You'll catch your death. I apologize. I shouldn't make light of the disease in such way. I'm a touch out of practice socializing with others, I'm afraid. My work forces me to lead a rather solitary lifestyle, but I don't want my ineptitude to cause you to brave the storm, so please allow me to show you to your room. Why, thank you. Your benevolence is enchanting. Come, the guest rooms are this way. It hardly matters which room you stay in. There's plenty of extras. Should you need me for any reason, I spend most of my days in my study. It's up the stairs you saw when you came in, down the right hallway, second door on the right. As for food, you'll find the dining room to the left of the door where you came in. Food will appear thrice daily, in the mornings, at noon, and in the evening. Don't miss it though. Anything that doesn't get eaten will simply disappear an hour after it first graces the table. I promise you'll find something you like. It's mostly sweets these days, cakes and treats and the like. Perhaps you can guess my weak spot when it comes to food. But there's plenty of other things for you to try as well. It's not all cream puffs, I swear. Well, I believe that's all the information you'll need for a single night stay at the Wandering Keep. Oh, yes, of course. My apologies. It completely slipped my mind. Claudia Osiris. Pleasure to meet you. And you are? Names have changed with the times, I see. Well, I'm glad I could be of service to you, my friend. Make yourself comfortable and take as long as you need. There is a washroom adjacent to your room. Take a bath if you wish while you wait for the storm pass. Pleasant dreams, traveler. Oh, good morning. Did you sleep well? Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. Help yourself to some breakfast. You look surprised. The house always creates grand feasts like this at mealtime. In all honesty, I'm not entirely certain why. I only need enough food for myself, and yet here is all this, enough to feed a small army. Oh well, I do appreciate the variety. Why is there no bread? Hmm, I suppose there isn't any. Presumably for the same reason I'm eating a slice of strawberry shortcake when it's still early morning. This place knows what I like. I despise bread. I suppose the house knows I would never eat it. Huh. Yes, yes. I imagine it would sound silly to despise such mundane everyday food. I can't stand it though. No matter what, it always tastes like mold to me. I haven't had a piece of bread I could stomach since childhood, and let me tell you, that was not yesterday. Hmm. Well, how old do you think I am? Oh, very close. You're a little over 400 years old, though. uh, doesn't that surprise you? I'm told I don't quite look my age. Well, my hair has been silver since the day I was born, so that doesn't quite count. It's typically among elves we never seem to look much older than 30 or 40. The pointy ears didn't give it away? Well, I suppose they're not as pointy as some people in my family, and I do have a lot of hair. But anyway, yes, I am an elf. We live quite a long time, and our looks never fade. Feels a bit like cheating to you, I'm sure. Now, please sit, have something to eat. The storm is slowing, so I'm sure you'll be able to leave soon enough. What brings to you this town anyway? Oh, really? A kindred spirit, then. Adventuring certainly is rewarding. You'll find things you've never seen in places many people will never be. It's interesting to consider, really, what you may see in your lifetime compared to what others will see. Tell me, have you ever been to the God's Temple in Naruvia? It's quite a fantastical sight. Built in water, which is impressive on its own, but it's absolutely enormous, and the architecture is inspiring. Almost makes me want to spruce up this old shack. That's where the last of the Condor family lives, the guardians who care for the temple. I'm always baffled by the number of people who don't know this, but the Candor family really can communicate with the gods. No, really, it's true. I've seen him do it. It's quite a miraculous thing. I haven't been back at the temple in a decade or so. I imagine the boy is all grown up now. Poor thing was left with his mother legacy quite young. But enough of that dreariness. Tell me, where does a free spirit like yourself plan to go next? I'm sorry. What did you say? You. That's what I thought you said, but well, I'm afraid I have to ask why. Traveling with me is logical from a first glance, of course. You have food, a bed, and efficient means of transportation. But why would you want to travel with someone you only just met? I have my own agenda. You'd only be accompanying me to dusty old domes and deep forests and caves. I can't see why you would want me to do that over traveling on your own. It's the difference between a guided tour drawn out of a hat of someone handing you a bag and the reins to a horse and saying, "Go wild." You seem to have put some thought into this. You're positive there's no ulterior motives? You aren't planning to take advantage of me, are you? Perhaps steal all my research and trinkets for yourself? They are not old and dusty. They are precious, priceless artifacts, all of which are invaluable towards. Well, on second thought, never mind all that. If you truly wish to stay, I suppose I can stand to have guests for a while longer, but in that case, I have some rules. They must be followed for you to stay in this house. If you break a rule, you'll have to leave. Got it? Yes, rules. Now, the first rule. Never enter my room or my study without knocking and waiting to receive permission to enter. My second rule, Never bring anyone back to his house without my express instruction or permission. And my third rule, and this is the absolute most important, never, ever disturb me on the day or night of a full moon. Do you understand? No matter what you need or what you hear, never enter my study on a full moon. Is that expressly clear? What? No, I'm not a werewolf. It's simply a day on which I attend to a very important business in my study, and I can't focus if there are any distractions. If you can follow these rules, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Do we have a deal? Splendid. In that case, attend to your business here in town. I'll be busy today. We can leave tomorrow if you're ready by then and go on to our next location. I'm sure by the time you're done, you're. Is that. Is that what you're eating? Oh my goodness, we truly are alike. An entire pumpkin pie, really? Even I have the restraint not to eat the whole shortcake. Oh, and a handful of cream puffs? Well, I suppose I did say help yourself. Why not enjoy the treats when they're right in front of you? I have no room to talk. I do very much the same. All right then, cream puff. Oh, my humblest apologies. What would you have me call you then? Shortcake? Sweet tooth? Your name? Well, that's hardly any fun. Pumpkin pie is more amuse. Whoa, 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 hey! You could have taken my out. Perhaps cinnamon stick is more fitting for you, given the spice in your personality. Oh, okay, okay, I'm done. Put the knife down. Huh. Well, with that crisis averted, as I was saying, by the time you finish your breakfast, or rather dessert, the storm should have passed enough for you to do what you need to do. Well, that's plenty food for me. I'll be up in my study or the library should you need anything. Perhaps this wasn't such a good idea. Only time will tell. The outcome shouldn't really be of any consequence either way. I'll just sit back and see how things unfold from here. Cinnamon stick.